right, sorry about that. Noticed that the window was still open, and that gets a little bright there. So I wanted to close that up there, and hopefully it avoids the glare and all that kind of stuff on the camera. Okay, well, good morning, everybody, and good to be on with you today on this Wednesday. It is Wednesday, November the 16th. Wednesday, November the 16th. Hope if you were able to get out in the woods, hope you're able to get your deer, and hope that that went well. If not, I hope that your deer will come by soon. I hope you had a good opening day of hunting season. As I said, today is Wednesday, and would encourage all of you to be in church tonight. Don't forget our services at 6 o'clock. The Rock, our kids ministry, starts at 6 o'clock as well. So I hope to see you all in church tonight. We're in Job chapter number 7. Job chapter number 7, and we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Job chapter 7. I want us to kind of go back to verse number 9, and then we'll get into verse 10, which is where we left off. So let's look, verse number 9. Where the Bible says, "As the cloud is consumed and vanisheth away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more." Obviously, that would be true. You go to the grave, and once you're in the grave, you're not going to come up anymore. There's nothing else in life that you can do once you've gone the way of the grave, and we know that is true. But we see kind of Job exploring that just a little bit here, just the finality of the grave, the finality of death, and the end of our life on this earth. He says, verse number 10, he shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him anymore. And those possessions that were gathered in this life will not be revisited after death comes. Neither shall his place know him anymore. Slowly, over time, people are forgotten. That's just the reality of living life. We kind of look to the future, and we don't live in the past so much, which is good. We need to look ahead. And Job's just kind of being very matter of fact here. Listen, won't go to the house anymore. Neither shall his place know him anymore. That's just a sad reality of this life. Now, verse number 11. "Therefore, I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul." Job here just kind of telling the Lord, hey, I know that death comes to us all. And I know my time on this earth will not last forever. Job maybe even thinking, you know what, I think my time's getting close with what is going on with my body, as he's already described here. And he says, and because of that, hey, I'm not going to refrain, I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to speak, and I'm going to, he says, I will complain in the bitterness of my soul, he says at verse number the end of verse number 11. And so he says, hey, I'm just gonna let it out here, and God, just want to talk to you here for a minute. Verse number 12. He says, "Am I a sea or a whale that thou settest a watch over me?" You think about this. He's back in those days, am I a sea or a whale that says watch over me? The sea was feared. Sea monsters, giant creatures, all that kind of stuff is thought about here. And the watching out as you're in the boat, watching out over that, making sure that you are safe and all of that, and being aware of what's going on. And Job just says, am I a sea or a whale that thou settest a watch over me? Hey, God, you're setting this watch over me. Hey, am I this just some creature that doesn't matter, some creature that's threatening? We see in verse number 13, when I say, my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifiest me through visions. And Job just kind of said, hey, I get comfortable on my bed. I get comfortable on my couch. My body is just aching. My body is cut up and it's dirty and all of that. And and I lay down for a little bit of respite, and then I have bad dreams. I have nightmares. And he says, "Thou scarest me with dreams, terrifiest me through visions." So much so in verse number 15, so that my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. Job's just saying, hey, there is no way to escape what I am going through. And really the only way to escape the pain in my body, the anguish in my mind, the terrors that I'm experiencing, the only way, feasible way out is that of the grave. Job is saying here. And he says, my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life. Verse number 16. He says, I loathe it. I would not live always. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. Job's just saying, hey, my life right now just does not seem to be worth living. He says, I loathe it. I would not live always. Job says, hey, I know I'm not going to live forever. I know death comes to us all. And he's really saying, God, I don't know why I'm going through this, but the heaven looks really good compared to what I'm going through right now. And he says, let me alone, for my days are vanity. He's saying, hey, my days are quickly coming to an end. They're quickly fleeting. We know that the scriptures say our life is but a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. That's kind of where Job's at, really seeing the brevity of life, seeing the difficulty of life, obviously. And he says that for my days are vanity. They are short, and they're coming to an end. And he's like, God, just let me die rather than suffer the way I'm suffering. Verse number 17. He says, what is man that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment? Job is saying, hey, God, what is the purpose for my trial here? What is the purpose for what I'm going through in this life, that I would be tried every moment? God, that you would visit me every morning and then try me every moment of the day. God, what is the purpose here? Verse 19, how long wilt thou not depart from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my spittle? Look at verse number 20 now. He says, I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? Job saying, God, do I deserve this? Have I sinned? Have I done wrong? And is that why I'm going through what I'm going through? He says, and I like this, he says, O thou preserver of men. Let me just pause here for a moment and remind you about who God is. God is the giver of life. God is the taker of life. We read in Colossians that by him all things consist. And he is the preserver of men. He is the preserver of life. Without him, our heart doesn't beat. Without him, our lungs don't breathe. And the list goes on. We need him. God is our preserver. And Job says, hey, I don't know what I've done to deserve this. God, I know you're the preserver of life. And he says, hey, why hast thou set me as a, as a mark and against thee, so that I'm a burden to myself? He says, hey, God, I don't want to turn my back on you. God, I don't want to fall away from you. I don't want my relationship with you to be ruined. Hey, God, how come this is happening to me? I don't want to doubt you. I don't want to turn my back on you. God, you're going to have to see me through. Verse 21. And why dost thou not pardon my transgression? God, if I have sinned, forgive me, and take away mine iniquity. For now shall I sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. He says, God, if I have done something wrong, forgive me. he says, "For now shall I sleep in the dust." Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to go to sleep, to lie down. And then he says, "And thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be." He's saying, "Hey, God, if you're not going to forgive me, and if I have sinned, God, just take my life from me, because I don't want to leave you. I don't want to doubt you. I don't want to hinder my relationship with you." And so he's really just asking the Lord for some answers. He's asking the Lord, he says, "Hey, you're the preserver of life. God, restore my quality of life." And what a difficult spot Job finds himself in. But God's got great plans for him. And let me say this. I don't know what you're going through in your life, but know this, that there's only one that can get you through. There is no drink, there is no drug, there is no self-gratification that will help get you through the difficulty and heartache in this life. It is God and God alone. And he is who we need to trust to help us in the midst of trial or testing. And he is the one that will help us to overcome. Hey, when we go through those trials, I think it's important, much like Job has done, to look at our life and say, "Hey, am I failing God in any area of my life? Hey, is there sin in my life? And if there is, hey, let's confess that, forsake it, and say, okay, God, thank you for directing me in this fashion. God, thank you for the opportunity to review and look at my heart, look at my life. God, I desire to live for you. God, I want to live in victory. God, now walk me through the remainder of this trial," and simply trust him. Hey, he's the preserver of life. He's the preserver of men, we read here. And man, he is the one that makes our heart go, makes our lungs go, and our brain and so on. It's the Lord. We don't sit back and control it and say, heart, beat, lungs, breathe. We don't do that. God's the giver of life, and we've got to remember that. He's the one that preserves us. He preserves man. And so let's make sure that we are right with him. And then in the midst of trial, hey, let's trust him. Okay? I'm going to leave you those couple of thoughts. Hopefully something in there that was a blessing to you. It's kind of a difficult passage, I think, maybe just a little bit. But it's a challenge, that's for sure. We see really who God is a little bit more in some of these passages. All right, let me give a couple shout-outs here to those of you who are watching live. We'll get into chapter 8 tomorrow, where we have another one of Job's friends speaking, and we'll look at that a little bit tomorrow. But let me give a couple shout-outs, and then I'll let you guys go. Brian and Cindy, once again, good morning to you. Guys have an awesome day. Lynette, good morning to you. Thank you for being on this morning. Cliff and Karen, good morning as well. Barnett's, good morning to you all. I hope you all have a good day. Carol, Phil and Carol, good morning. Hope you guys have a great day today. Ingrid, good morning to you. And the kids, love you all. Have a great day. Jean, good morning to you as well. And Lynette, we'll be praying for you guys as you do travel and see family and make your way back home. We'll be praying for you as you travel. Shelley, good to have you on this morning. And spitting snow, that's good. Well, I think we got a couple inches last night. And so enjoy that snow. But greetings to you all in Indiana. Hope things are well. David, once again, good morning. Have a great day. All right, Lord bless you all. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Don't forget services tonight. Would love to see you then at 6 o'clock. Have a great day.